My Galaxy Note 4 arrived today, and as is the proper internet video protocol with any new technology that arrives apparently, let's do an unboxing. Okay, we have the box. Opening that up. First thing we see is a advertisement for SoftCard. Maybe trying to counteract the Apple Pay announcement. Who knows? Then we have our booklets that none of us read, and the phone. So let's take that out of there, and we'll take a look at that a little bit later. Obviously, it can wait. Underneath that, we have the battery. This is a 3220 milliamp battery. One of my favorite features about Galaxy Note devices is their battery life. So we'll see how this one stands up. Then we have our USB cable that's not a USB 3.0, oddly, like it was for the Galaxy Note 3. Our charging adapter, which actually has a little sticker on it because it is an adaptive fast charger, which just means it has a higher amperature so that it can charge your device faster than normal, which is a much appreciated feature. Which brings us to the phone. On the front of the device is the large screen, which is a Super AMOLED 5.7-inch QHD display. And underneath that screen lies a quad-core 2.7 GHz processor, as well as 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage with a micro SD card slot that you can use to expand the memory further. At the bottom of the device, we have our capacitive multitasking and back button, as well as our physical home button that has a much nicer click to it than the old version. Still not sure why manufacturers keep putting these on devices, as Android doesn't require physical buttons anymore, but there you go. On the left side, we have our volume rocker. On the right side, our power button. At the bottom, we have our micro USB port and our S Pen. The S Pen has a button on the side here that you can click to perform different activities whenever you're hovering on the screen or within certain apps, and feels similar to me as the old Pen. At the top, we have our headphone jack and our infrared sensor for changing the television. And a nice little addition here is when you move the sides, you can kind of see how the edge here is actually like a honed metal instead of the plastic that they used to use. And on the back, we have our 16 megapixel camera with LED flash, as well as our heart rate monitor, where you can hold your finger down on the sensor and have it tell you how excited you happen to be. And finally, the back of the device has this kind of faux leather quality to it that isn't too bad, but ultimately it is still plastic. And there you go, a quick unboxing and specs. My initial impression of it is that the device definitely feels a lot more premium than its predecessor, and even the Galaxy S5. Mainly thanks to the honed metal edges in lieu of shiny plastic and the improved clicking action on the home button. But, as is my gripe with most Samsung devices, the software isn't quite up to snuff. But, of course, there are always ways around software. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and let me know what other videos, tutorials, comparisons, walkthroughs, etc. you'd like to see me do with the Note 4 while I have it. And as always, thanks for watching.